So we have created a project with certain quote items. These quote items have been split to tasks and our employees recorded the hours on these tasks. Finally, we as project managers have decided the status of the project. We know that we have completed X% of quote item X and X rates on quote item Y. Fine. Let us invoice the client now. To do so, head to your project in the Finance section. Go to our previously created project and its Finance tab. And you are coming across these four groups: the invoice, any payments and expenses recorded, and the valuation. For now, click Create in the Invoices section. We will just create an invoice, and once we will do so, valuation will make sense as well. Firstly, we'll have to add an invoice reference. Then, it is a good practice adding the billing start and end date. This is essential in case you have to provide timesheets of your employees to your client. Once done, you can see down here the quote items of the project along with their work in progress. This is the latest work in progress recorded on Compass, which hasn't been yet invoiced. Let us quickly jump back to the project status window. As you can see, the project manager has set the status so that we are expecting to receive 1,200 from this quote item, 2,000 from this, and 1,000 from the last one, the bus stop one. Back to the invoice page, we are free to decide how much we will charge the client. For example, for Park Royal, I will charge something extra because I know that we have just completed some works and the project manager is still to update their status. For this one, I will just invoice the full work in progress. We'll do so by clicking this arrow and copying across the value. For the bus stops, even though the project manager mentioned that we have completed 2 of the 8, I will only charge for 1 bus stop since the last one has not been yet decommissioned. And here is our invoice. We are now in this section of Compass where we can see a list of all invoices raised. If we will go back to our invoice, the very first on top, we can see a breakdown of each quote item, valuated amount, invoiced, and remaining value. Since in the Park Royal quote item we have invoiced more than that the valuation of the project manager was suggesting, we have a negative work in progress. While at bus stops we have carried out more works than what we have invoiced, thus the remaining value in here. Should we want to raise the invoice, we simply click Documents and choose one of the templates. We will pick Invoice. Remember, these are just some sample templates and Compass can be tailored to have any invoice templates you are using at your organization. Compass is asking us whether we want the file in Word or PDF, and also asks us whether we want to directly send an email to the invoice contact as saved in the finance sections of the overview of the project found here. This function will only work if you have an email template set for Compass to use when sending the email to the invoice contact. Let's go for Word, and here's your invoice, ready to be sent to your client. Now if we will quickly jump back to the finance page of the project, you can see what the valuation will return. Notice that the valuation will return valuations, invoiced amounts, and work in progress by department. In this instance, it just happened that each quote item was under a different department, but overall Compass will sum up any value by department and nominal account, i.e. core and subcontractor.